Samus's suit is at its best, so let's put it to the test right here as we begin part 6, because for the first minute we are going to be going after what I consider to be the hardest item to get in the entire game. It's going to involve a lot of Shine Spark storing, and you're not going to have a lot of room to do that because these ramps are mostly close to the wall after the one you just saw above. Getting this first item is easy enough, but then it's going to involve a lot of space jumping and, again, pressing down just before you hit the wall. You won't have a lot of time on any of these. The one near the end is the worst, though, but get ready to press down as you enter this next room, so you have to screw attack through this wall. But look at this! A 1-block wide ramp. Not a lot of time to store it, but if you do, get on down to the next little ledge there, A, right, fly on through and get your energy tank. Here comes the missile shooting spree, because that one was one of the hardest things I had to do in this game. I will also say, though, that the thing you've got to watch out for while doing these whole space jumps is to not accidentally press up on the D-pad, because if you do that, you will cancel out of the spin jump. And then the next time you press A, that means you will activate the Shine Spark mistakenly. If you screw up here, by the way, there is a one-way floor right underneath that missile. But we did not, so now we can just go explore areas that we haven't been able to visit yet, because we've got our powers back. Right through this screw attack wall is an ancient Chozo lava bath? I don't know why there's lava here. Don't ask. It's a video game. But yeah, now we can start beginning our backtrack for 100%. And it's going to be a pretty long one, because it's going to last longer than just this part. Still, we are going to make a lot of good progress here. For now, though, we are going to be going through pretty much the route we went through in part 5, except in reverse. And then after that, we'll start going new ways. I have no idea what I'm doing here by taking it cautiously. At this point, we are so superpowered that enemies are not going to be a problem whatsoever. But for some reason, I just stop and keep shooting like I'm in the stealth section again. I just don't understand me sometimes. But as you remember, last time we saw a glance of something that we did not have. A space pirate made off with something. I would like to get that mystery item, because that is the thing that is going to stand between us and going for 100% completely right now. And there's only one way to do that, and that's by, again, going back through this path that we took in our little stealth sequence. Now that we have the space jump, we can make it right on back up there easily. Easily. Like I said, for some reason when I get super powered like this, I still think I'm not, and that's kind of weird, because again, this is not a part of the game you should be having major problems with. There's ourselves a little speed booster action going. Wish I would have done this 1 block further to the right, and I could have flown all the way up to the area here, but it's no big deal. Again, enemies do not do enough damage to cause problems to Samus, and even if they do, you just have to get to a save point and they will restore your health and ammo at this point. Not too much to go on about here. I mean, I will say when you enter this room, just stop for a moment, because you don't want this elite space pirate to start shooting at you. He's a little harder to kill, but that's not a big deal. And then with those little atom things, you can just screw attack into them. Again, I don't know why I'm being so cautious. There's no reason to be. That's why we're gonna get ready to take ourselves a little segment break to make sure I have my route planned out. That was always the plan with this first deal. Just get mostly through the stealth section we just did. After getting that one hard item anyway. Only 4 minutes in, and this is going to be our longest video of the series too, I'm going to say, because there is a lot of ground to cover. With that first order of business out of the way, though, it's now time to begin the hunt for our final mystery item, because that space pirate jerk sort of ran off with it on us in the last video. I kind of want to find him if I can. To do that, we're going to have to take a little bit different of a route than we did for the majority of our backtracking here. And we'll pick up a couple items on the way. Actually, I think we'll just pick up one, but that's okay. We'll get more as this goes. Just shoot this oversized trash can out of the way to get that super missile right there. Now then, if I were a space pirate, and I'm not, believe it or not, I'm not a space pirate, but where would I hide a super secret item? My guess would be around the bridge area, so we are going to head there right now. It'd be kind of silly to try to make an escape at this point, because after all, Samus's last ship got shot down, so we'll worry about that a little later on. Once again, with these elite space pirates, you can just stand far enough away and not trigger their AI. It's kind of funny how you can exploit them like that. You don't even have to worry about shooting them in that room. Again, I always get a little cautious for some reason after doing a section where you have to be cautious. Even though at this point we are so overpowered, there is, quite frankly, nothing left that's going to be much of a problem in this game. Trash can's taken after Imago. Don't really like that thing. Can't really do much to us either, which is kind of funny. But yeah, we still got a few rooms to go before we get to where we want to go. You can either take these enemies out or run through them, and you can also wonder how the heck you open that yellow door. Don't worry, you're gonna find out in a couple minutes. Although I will say right now, I sure do wish I had something that could tear through multiple bomb blocks in one go, because this is kinda boring. Still, we're making good progress and time here. As we keep that up, I have a feeling we're going to be closer to 100% by the end of this one. Just got to go through another few rooms and we will be near the bridge. And from there we will have actually two choices on where to go. Just got to get through this final room. Got quite a few space pirates lurking about. Again though, screw attack, and not trying to shoot them from so far away will be the key to taking them out. I think my goal in life is to get hit by every last one of these guys, but maybe not this one. Nah. Am I happy for that? You tell me. Now we could go on up to a save point, but I'd rather go on to the left here because guess what's waiting for us? That guy. That guy that took our item not more than 20 minutes ago. What is it? It's our final mystery item. The power bomb. These things also tear open multiple bomb blocks at once, so yeah, this is a nice item to have. I don't think enemies ever drop power bombs, like, you know how they drop missiles or super missiles in health when they get blasted? Not with these, so you'll need to collect some more expansions like that one right there. Now, honestly, you weren't supposed to set off the tripwires, but again, now I'm starting to realize it doesn't really matter, but again, all you had to do was do space jumps to get over, like so. Now, I do believe I am going to go to the save point near in the bridge area just because I want to get full ammo once again. At this point, though, we could go and beat the game because there was a block keeping us from going to the final boss that's just up above and a few rooms to the right. But instead, what I want to do is heal up and then go looking for some more items because I'll be honest and tell you right now that the final boss is actually harder and more fun to fight when you are at 100% items. Not gonna save though, that would be too short of a segment in my opinion, and would make the third part quite a bit long. But yeah, there is a power bomb block up and to the right that you would think you have to shoot, but I can tell you right now you don't even need to do that because there's a vent above that power bomb block that you can go through and just immediately go fight the final boss without a power bomb in your collection. It's kind of silly how that works. But that's more for people that love doing low percentage runs. And what does that have to do with anything? Well, there are 8 endings in this game, and I'll explain those more next time. For now, though, we just gotta do it more backtracking. Again, the words just come so easily to me in these freaking parts sometimes. But yeah, it's going to be quite interesting going back and covering the rest of the ground we did with our stealth section because there are more power bomb blocks to expose in our journey here. Don't want to waste all of them, though, because again, we are in a limited supply for now, until we get a few more. Gonna go through this hatch, though, that we just passed earlier, because guess what's waiting on the other side? Another item. But it's not a power bomb, it's instead a super missile, even though it's going to take me forever and a day to expose it. Just not used to using some of these abilities sometimes. Space jumps, that's just like, I mess up every now and then. And then, again and again. See, you know, it's not that hard, but I love making things hard sometimes, even when they're easy. Oh well. Now then, I do believe we are going to touch back at where we started this whole stealth section, back outside in Chozo. Just got to go on down through here. This will take us right back where we were earlier in our little trip. Remember this area with the spotlights? I sure do. Sure enough, the tripwires are coming up soon, too. We are going to need one more power bomb, if I'm not mistaken, to get on through, though. It's amazing the shortcuts you can take once you have all your items. I love this game for having all these little shortcuts that we can go through, too. Don't know why I went up and around here, just could have rolled on through the little passageway. Maybe just wanted to show it off. Even though I thought I did in part 5. Me. Once again, we're going to restore our health. But once again, we're not going to save. Got a couple more minutes left in this segment here. Let's go on through, take a few more space pirates out, and expose another item through that cracked block, which is yet another super missile. That's all well and good, but I'd kind of like to get a few more power bombs on me. One of them's waiting out here, if I'm not mistaken. Back near the very beginning of the Zero mission. We even marked it on our map earlier. Sure enough, there it is. And you do need a power bomb to break open that wall there. But you can keep on going left and enter that area where we pulled off a nifty little spin jump and wall jump to avoid the laser earlier. This time though, let's set it on off, because I kind of want to get through this. Now then, another area that we want to hit up is around the glass tube that we came across in part 5. And I think we've already visited it earlier when we were doing our little speed booster flying up deal. Oh, there were the blocks I was telling you about where you could easily get caught if you didn't know about them. But nowadays, we don't have to worry about them. It's also going to give me a chance to show off one shortcut that I missed out on in part 5. That's what I'm talking about with the arm cannon not being able to blow up the things that Samus's stun pistol did, too. But you know what? I think this is a good point to take a save break. So that's exactly what I did. Because again, this route can get a little convoluted if you don't know what you're doing, and I wanted to make sure I had it just right before trying. But now that I do, we're going to take a few little shortcuts through the ship here and get ourselves on down to that glass tube, because for those of you that have played Super Metroid, you'll know that you can break those open with a power bomb. And we are going to be doing just that, because there are quite a few items to get if you do that. Just got to go on through a little bit more. There you go. Don't know why I didn't just go for this save point and call it here instead. I guess my map muscle memory was failing me at the time. Yeah, this time we are going to take that one shortcut I missed out on. And like Cyrus the Glitcher pointed out in the comments section of our last video, you do not need to shoot the wall coming up here. You just need to jump for it. I flat out missed. Oops. But looking at it is a kind of a long jump. So you need a decent wall jump there, and I don't know if I would have been able to pull it off. It's a great little shortcut, though, that lets you skip all those space pirates. But here's where we want to be. First thing you want to do after breaking this tube is to head off to the right, because that side will dead end. Just make sure you have enough power bombs for this part, because you got to break on through with a couple there. Once you do, you got a chance to get a speed booster going, and once again, fly on up. At least that time I got it right. I just love this part of the game and how you can just start all of a sudden being this super-powered Samus. I always like games when you get like that. It's so much fun to me to just tear through everything. I know some people probably think it's boring, but you know, you start off weak, and then you get stronger. It's always been a thing that I've loved. Ah, speed booster blocks. You better believe we're going to find a ramp in this room, and we are going to use it to fly on up to whatever those blocks are hiding. Then we're going to come right back down here and go for more item collection. This is where it starts. The items just start coming to you left and right. In this case, it's our second to last energy tank. We won't be getting the final one until our final part here. Once you've got it, you can just loop on back around and head back down to the left. Funny thing is, you don't want to race at this part, or otherwise you'll probably miss out on an easy-to-get item that you might not know about. Like, look at this room coming up as we enter the left here. It's pretty small, but if you duck here and wait, an enemy comes on down. I don't know if it'd still be there if you kept trying to run through it. I think you'd have just enough time to see that little sucker pass on through. And that's your cue to go through this little secret passageway and get yourself another super missile. We are making some good progress here, and I'm happy for that. Just felt like after that last part where we didn't get anything that maybe this would have been a longer series, but no. This is the second to last part of a game here. Gotta go on through this maze of blocks. You can shoot it with your beam just to expose certain blocks. But in all honesty, you could just watch the video and figure out where you need to go from this anyway. Power bombs would have also been an option. But why waste it since I knew where I was going in this case, for once. Oh, now we get to do some cool little tricks here as we get ready to finally leave Chozo and head into Criteria again. Because here you can just fly through this first room. Remember the underwater item we got way back in the beginning of the game? Well, it's right below us. But we don't have to worry about that now. Oh, this is another hard one to get. You were going to need to do a diagonal shine spark coming up on the flat piece of land, as you're going to see here. Just watch. As we go through this room, but here you want to get ready to press down and then spin jump up to that one little block and then do a diagonal one to the left. In this case, I had to press up and left on the D-pad to do it. If you don't get that right, you won't blow every one of those speed booster blocks out of the way, and you won't be able to get to this power bomb. Thankfully, we did. Now, in this section, I could have gone to Turian and then looped back around, because there are a couple items in Turian to get. But I decided, no, let's just head on to Norfair and do that instead, because we're going to clear out everything outside of items in Turian and Chozo in this part. There's also another item we're going to get in a different section than Norfair, but you know what? Let's just leave it a mystery for now. But yeah, gotta cover a lot of old ground once again, because there's still some stuff that we need to get here that I haven't. The lava here no longer will hurt us, so it's not a big deal, and that's going to be a key for getting a couple of items here. Because there is no way you can get them without that. No, Samus. Those save points won't restore your health here. Sorry. I kind of think I thought that then. Whoops. I don't know why. And I don't know why the ground tears apart here either. Oh, never mind. It's because I was shooting the ice beam. Now I finally realized that a few times after watching this segment. Do you remember back in part 1 when I said there was a way to go on through a certain area with a turtle up top? Well, we are going to loop around and go meet that turtle and finally take that old shortcut that we didn't in part 1. First, once again, let's just stock up and see exactly how close we are to 100% right now. I wanted to make sure I knew what my item count was. That's why I'm doing this. So, everything's looking good. Don't even need to freeze the turtle anymore. I like this. Now at this point, all the items we used to have aren't that big of a deal to have. Kinda neat. Of course, since we want to get that 100%, we're going to have to get every item, even if we don't need them. Because, well, we do need him for 100%. Good job there, mate. But yeah, just gotta get through these last couple rooms, and we'll be in the green part North Fair again. And that is where the turtle and our block is that we want to shoot open. Can't believe I missed this way back when, but you can use this early in the game to do a pretty large skip and get yourself the high jump boots early. Of course, it's going to involve a lot of wall jumping and hopefully a well-placed mid-air bomb drop, or otherwise you gotta do it while you're jumping up. And yeah, that would be a little on the tough side. But yeah, look how far we get to fall here. In some games, a fall like this would make me feel a little nauseous, but thankfully it's not that bad to watch in this. Yeah, we are going to be going into the room where the Imagos were, the caterpillar forms of them, where we destroyed the one with the wave beam and the other with bombs, if you recall. But yeah, this is the way to get the high jump boots early if you wanted to do a low percentage run, or just skip to that item quickly. It's amazing how this game can be played in so many different ways, but then again, a lot of these Metroid games can do that. Always appreciated it about these ones. What we're doing now, though, is heading back to the area where, in Part 4, I went for a couple items after getting a screw attack that I said that you didn't have to. This would be the perfect time to backtrack for them, because we're going to be going to a room near that to jump into a lava bed. And this one is not a fake lava bed like we had taken a dip into previously. No, if you try to go in here, you are not going to get very far unless you have a gravity suit, and it's right here. This lava will hurt you. So, and there is just no way you're going to be able to get to the power bomb we'll eventually be getting to in time. Even if we had 11 energy tanks like we do now, and just a Varia suit, it's not happening. Because this stuff would drain your health super, super quick. First we'll get the easy item. Just gotta do a little roundabout for it. But to the left of this missile pack is another secret area where we're going to find ourselves a power bomb. Again, this is one of those things I don't think I'd find on my own. Yeah, like I said, I used guides for this to figure out where the stuff was. And then I planned my own route. These games are fun, and I do like exploring, but at the same time, I'm not the best at it. I don't know if I would have noticed this or not. It just depends how it looks on the other side of this wall here. Would I have figured out that there is a secret area over there? Yeah, probably, because I can see the lava on the other side. But you know what? You might not. And then again, I might not. It's just amazing how it works. One thing I know for certain I'd never find is a shortcut to get out of North Fair and into Kraid's lair. To do this trick, you're going to need the speed booster for certain, and the other thing is a power bomb, so we wouldn't have been able to do this skip early anyway. Just gotta head on up here. And I will say that this is a little bit of a confusing part for me, because again, I would never think to do what I'm about to do here. Just gotta... And see, I don't even know if you... There you go. You have to hit that block there with a missile. Would you think to do that? Probably not on your own. And once you do, you can get a speed booster thing going and hit Kraid's lair right here. That's a pretty huge shortcut, too, because if I didn't know about that one from watching another video, oops, didn't mean to screw attack through those blocks, but I didn't even know they would break apart when I did that. But seriously, that loop around's nothing compared to the loop around I would have had to do, because I would have had to go all the way to the entrance to Kraid's lair the normal way. And from there, we'd be able to go into the room underneath the save point, and that is where our final item will be. Because we are going to be dipping into an acid pool here. So yeah, the gravity suit will be needed because the speed booster is needed for it. And this is one of those items I mentioned way back when we got the speed booster, that you can be magnetically attached to ramps instead of just flying straight off. You're going to see it right here, and in fact is needed because the last couple blocks here must be broken with the shine spark. Watch, just go back down and around, and bam, got your missile tank. And with that, I think that's good enough for today. We'll save the rest of our item collecting for our final part, because we are not only going to get to 100%, but we are going to take on the final boss, find a way, hopefully, to make sure the space pirates can't come after us, and get off of Zebes once and for all. It's sure to be a pretty fierce finale, if we weren't a superly overpowered Samus, that is.